Well, time to take it apart. Pretty good. We'll see how it planes out. This is way too thin to run through the planer without some support. So I use this double-sided tape to stick it down. To this piece of MDF. I have learned that when I use the minimum amount of tape, enough to hold it, but not so much you can't get the piece off afterwards. I recently replaced the stock cutter head on this DeWalt planer with a spiral cutter head that uses carbide inserts. It cut the noise down dramatically, and it also made it possible to plane highly figured wood like this maple. I wouldn't have been able to plane it even full thickness with my other cutters. With this setup, I was able to take this piece right down to less than 100,000ths of an inch. I'm going to put a center line down these two sides. Where's my ocular assistance device? This is a really nice piece of maple, but it isn't perfect. Luckily, there are 4 possibilities for laying out the shape of the instrument. Right off quick, I find that there's a deep blemish near the center on one side, so that'll have to be the inside. Now we're down to 2 possibilities. I want to avoid the knots and blemishes. Because the instrument has a smaller upper bout, I've got a couple of possibilities here. So we try it one way, that doesn't work, try it the other way. 4th time's the charm. Now I don't want to trace the absolute outline because the sides are going to be molded to the outside of this, and if I cut the top and back the same size, it'll be too small. So this is a neat trick I saw on a guitar building website. I'm guiding the pencil with a washer to get a nice even oversized cut. Here's the back. We'll set it aside for a moment. Here we are, bending the sides. This is exciting. I made this bender from a section of copper pipe that I squished so it's a little bit oval. It's got an electric charcoal igniter on the inside and a rheostat on the back. This thermometer on the front doesn't register very well. So I I heat it up until it makes steam. Well, I've got the side bent. I didn't show too much of bending the sides. It's kind of like watching paint dry. But I got the sides bent and they're resting in the outside mold. And there's the cutaway resting. So the next task will be to make the end blocks and cut the sides to fit so that when the end blocks are installed, the sides will fit snugly in that form. And then after that come the linings. Here's the tail block for that little jewel. It's cut from the same tree as the rest of the sides and back. I had to take it down to cut down another tree that was threatening the house. And I was on my way to making it into firewood when I thought I would just split up a piece and check it out. It was highly figured, so the whole tree has been drying in my shop now for several years. Handy stuff. I ran the grain the same direction as the sides so that when they change with humidity, they'll all move together. Try to preclude any splitting. Well, things are always an adventure. I cracked the first short rib, and after I got it in, I realized I'd cut it too short anyway. So, luckily there was some more stock, so I bent another short cutaway rib, and we'll see if we can get it in there. I want to minimize the handling, so I'm going to glue it, even though I haven't actually fit it in yet. As it says in the beginning, don't try this at home. It was a little bit of a struggle, but I got the tail block in, and I got the little corner block for the cutaway in without breaking anything. And now, on to the linings. Preparing the linings is pretty straightforward. I cut the slots using my saw sled with the index, and then after the slots were cut, just ripped off the linings. I made some extra, because you never know. I only have enough small clamps to do half of one side at a time. You know what they say, you never have enough clamps. So the last of the clamps come off, and now we've got the linings in. So the next thing up will be the back and the soundboard. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Woodworking Adventures. If you'd like to see more of these videos, go on over to patreon.com/harperswood and become a patron. Patrons get early access to these videos and some exclusive content for patrons only. Really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. See you next time.